Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's a momentous call for all where we assembled today to speculate on the topic of should lockdown be lifted in India? Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, audible.
Yeah, we can hear you.
As we know that the lockdown was implemented on 22 March 2020, and we have seen various phases of the lockdown like lockdown 1.0, lockdown 2.0, lockdown 3.0, and many more. I personally feel extreme sorrow that the government still unable to counteract the problem, as our India is on the 5th position in the COVID-19 cases. It directly signifies that the impact of lockdown couldn't play any important role. Today, Unlock 1.0 has been implemented, which indicates to reopen many things. I'm going to read an article of a newspaper which I have taken a reference from Times of India. It says most of the mall in the city reopened on Monday. Their multiplex and entertainment zones in the first phase of Unlock 1.0 relaxed lockdown restrictions across the country and had enthusiastic response from visitors. Management of majority of the mall said 70 to 50% of the shops in them, including those of the big brands, have opened now. Seeing to this, various other states like Maharashtra, Odisha, and some states in our South India like Kerala, they haven't yet opened anything, but seems they have taken some initiative and they have said that they will open soon. So moving today to our speaker, I would like Now I'd like to call our first speaker, Mohammad Fujail Ahmed, who is joining us from Karimganj district. Mr. Fujail is currently pursuing at MBBS second year from Aligarh Muslim University. Mr. Fujail.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Assalamu alaikum. Namaskar, adab.
Salam.
I am Mohammad Fuzail from MBBS second prof, then Jawaharlal Nehru Medical College. So, first of all, I would like to welcome all our viewers. तो स्टार्टिंग ऑफ आज हम लोग बात करेंगे कोरोना वायरस कोविड-19 के बारे में, कैसे ये फैलता है एक आदमी से दूसरे आदमी तक, फिर कैसे हम इसको रोक सकते हैं। अभी जो ऑर्डर अभी हटा दिया गया है, अब हमें क्या करना चाहिए, क्या क्या कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस हो सकता है, ये सब चीजों के बारे में हम बातचीत करेंगे। और लास्ट में एक पैनल डिस्कशन होगा जहाँ पे हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे कि क्या ये डिसीजन गवर्नमेंट का ये सही था या नहीं, एन एनालिटिकल डिसीजन, वी विल डिस्कस ऑन दैट। So starting off, what is COVID-19? What is coronavirus? Coronavirus एक ऐसी बीमारी है, एक ऐसी महामारी है जो पूरी दुनिया में एक डर का माहौल बना रखा है, पूरी दुनिया में दहशत फैला रखी है, पूरी दुनिया में जो है एक आतंक मचा रखा है। तो सबसे पहले ये कॉज किससे होता है, कौन सी ऐसी ऑर्गेनिज्म है जो इसको कॉज करता है? इट इज कॉज बाय SARS कोरोना वायरस। जो SARS कोरोना वायरस 1 स्ट्रेन था वो एक पैंडेमिक कॉज किया था 2003-4 में। अब ये सेकंड स्ट्रेन है एंड इट इज कॉजिंग अ लॉट ऑफ हैवक नाउअडेज। So it originated basically in Wuhan, China, and supposedly from that. So going on to क्या ये जो महामारी अभी आया है कोरोना वायरस, क्या ये पहली बार आया है या फिर इससे पहले की हिस्ट्री में ऐसी बीमारी आ चुके हैं? मैं आप सबको बता देता हूँ कि ये स्पेनिश फ्लू एक जो सबसे सीवियर जो पैंडेमिक है वो था स्पेनिश फ्लू, which erupted in 1918 and lasted up to 1920. The dangerous thing about Spanish flu is that it affected 5 million people. मतलब 50 करोड़ लोग इससे अफेक्ट हुए थे और करीब 5 लोगों की मौत हुई थी इससे। की बात की जाए तो इसका इसके अलावा स्वाइन फ्लू 2009-10, फिर कॉलेरा पैंडेमिक 1899 to 1923, एशियन फ्लू एंड और भी बहुत सारे फ्लू थे और भी बहुत सारे पैंडेमिक थे। तो इसका क्या रिलेशन है, क्या हम इससे सबक सीख सकते हैं? और the statistics globally now, as of there has been a total of 70,92,315 cases involving 213 countries and territories. there has been an accounted death of 4,06,207. Now speaking of India, it ranks 6th in the total list of cases, and there have been, as of yesterday, 2,58,090 cases. Deaths account for 7,207. The most, startling thing is that the active cases in India is still 1,26,431. This has a massive relief, because later we're going to discuss that even in spite of having so many active cases, how could the government decide to lift the lockdown? Now, comparing the mortality rate in India of coronavirus is 3% compared to 6.6% globally. इसका मतलब ये है कि जो इंडिया में जो कोरोना वायरस है थोड़ा सा कम खतरनाक है, लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कम खतरनाक है, क्योंकि इंडिया का पॉपुलेशन साइज इतना ज्यादा है, तो अगर ये इंक्रीज होकर 4 to 5%, अगर 5% तक भी चला जाता है, then it will be huge devastation for India. अब डिस्कस करते हैं कि ये कोरोना कैसे फैलता है, एक आदमी से दूसरे आदमी तक कैसे पहुंचता है। सबसे पहले इसका एयरबोर्न ट्रांसमिशन होता है, मतलब थ्रू एयर इट कैन गो फ्रॉम वन पर्सन टू अनदर, जिसको हम ड्रॉपलेट इन्फेक्शन के नाम से जानते हैं। ड्रॉपलेट इन्फेक्शन का सीधा सा मतलब ये है कि अगर कोई इन्फेक्टेड बंदा है, अगर कोई इन्फेक्टेड इंसान है, वो अगर खांसता है, वो इफ दैट पर्सन स्नीजेस, then his infected droplet go into the vicinity of that area, and if by chance a person within 2 meters, within 6 feet, if he inhales the droplet, that infected droplet, then उसको कोरोना हो सकता है। उसके बाद infected objects, grills, chairs and other foods, तो इसका मतलब ये है कि अगर कोई भी जैसे चीज है, कोई ऑब्जेक्ट है, कोई डोर है या फिर कोई चेयर है, कोई आपका मोबाइल फोन, कोई भी चीज है जो अगर इंफेक्टेड है, अगर कोरोना वायरस पे मौजूद है, अगर आपके कांटेक्ट में आ गया वो, तो उससे भी आपको कोरोना हो सकता है। एक बार अगर कोरोना है ना, तो आपको सिम्टम्स डेवलप होने में 1 से 14 दिन लग सकते हैं, और इससे कौन ज्यादा वल्नरेबल है, स्पेशली एल्डरली पीपल मोर देन 60 years of age and children who are less than 10 years of age, they are more vulnerable to this pandemic because they have, उनका जो प्रतिरोध क्षमता है वो थोड़ा सा कम है, उनका जो इम्यूनिटी है वो थोड़ा सा कम है, इसीलिए उनको ज्यादा चांसेस है कोरोना होने का। तो इसीलिए हमें बच्चों और बूढ़ों की ज्यादा केयर करना, ज्यादा सपोर्ट करना बहुत जरूरी है, उनका ख्याल रखना बहुत जरूरी है। मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक, अब आते हैं कि कोरोना वायरस का सिम्टम्स क्या क्या हो सकता है, कैसे आपको पता चलेगा, कैसे आपको हिंट लगेगा कि आपको कोरोना वायरस है या नहीं। सबसे पहले जो कॉमनेस्ट सिम्टम है वो है फीवर, जैसे कि मतलब बुखार। 89 stats say that 89% of the corona patients show this symptom. उसके बाद आता है खांसी, 8% sputum, etc. Besides shortness of breath, cold, cough and headache may also be seen in some patients. अगर इन समय से अगर आपको 1 या फिर 2 या फिर 3 या फिर ज्यादा सिम्टम्स है, तो आपको डाउट आ जाना चाहिए कि आपको कोरोना हो सकता है। इसका मतलब आपको तुरंत जल्द से जल्द आपको कोई घर में हॉस्पिटल में कोई डॉक्टर को कंसल्ट करना चाहिए, और आपका टेस्ट कराना बहुत जरूरी है, जिसको हम स्वैब टेस्ट के नाम से जानते हैं। फॉर कंफर्मेशन। नाउ कमिंग ऑन टू द रिस्क फैक्टर्स फॉर रिग्रेशन, मतलब अगर कोई आपको पहले से कोई बीमारी है तो आपको डिटोरिएशन का चांसेस बहुत ज्यादा है, जैसे डायबिटीज, शुगर की बीमारी, प्रेशर की बीमारी, लंग्स की बीमारी एंड सो मेनी अदर डिजीजेस। अगर आपको ये सब बीमारी है तो आपका चांसेस ऑफ डिटोरिएशन ज्यादा है, तो इन लोगों को ज्यादा केयर की जरूरत है। इसका बहुत actually to be honest, because people have been panic stricken, don't know where to go, they have been awestruck, they don't know, they are always surprised. Actually India में lockdown में भी और अचानक से तो लोगों को पता नहीं है क्या करना है, कैसे करना है। It was like अचानक से वक्त बदल गया, हिंदी बदल गई, yeah. So people didn't have the time to return to home, especially the laborers, daily wages, and the migrant students. So what happened is that the transportation wasn't available. So these migrant workers, what happened to them is that
Mr. Fujain,
working on bikes. Yes, yes. Hello.
Just clear, आपका ऑडियो थोड़ा क्लियर कीजिए।
Audio. Am I audible now?
Yeah, बताइए।
Yes.
Okay. we'll start this going to the effects on people of coronavirus.
Okay.
So, different effect is that people have been panic stricken to an unknown, unprecedented level. उन लोगों को घर के लौटने का जो वक्त है उन लोगों को नहीं मिला, इसीलिए वो लोग परेशान करने लगे. Many of them started a bike, met unprecedented, unfortunate incidents on the road. जैसे कि मैं आपको बता दूं कि 16 लोगों की मौत हुई थी जब ट्रेन की पटरी पर कुछ लोग सो गए थे और उनके ऊपर से ट्रेन रन ओवर देम. 16 लोगों की मौत हुई थी. इट्स वेरी शॉकिंग, वेरी अनफॉर्चुनेट एंड वेरी अपैलिंग. More than 10 people were killed and injured by a UP roadways bus accident. This shows that the migrant laborers, the daily wages have been affected the most. अब मैं एक और क्लास ऑफ पीपल उन लोगों की मैं बात करना चाहता हूँ. मुझे ना इन लोगों की जो ये लोग मतलब समझ के परे हैं. Reports of landlords, neighbors and landladies have come that they are not allowing their doctors and healthcare professionals to enter their houses because they think that they are carrying coronavirus. This is absolutely shocking, man. This is the most disastrous thing I could have imagined in this lockdown, because these are the only people who are fighting for you, who are the frontline workers, who are risking their own life only for the sake of your and your family's health. So please, please respect them, please support them, please thank them for their efforts, please appreciate them and stand by them in this disastrous time. Okay, then going to the last topic of my discussion. How can we deal with this corona pandemic now? The solution going forward. Actually, honestly speaking, कोरोना जिस रेट से बढ़ रहा है ना, डेली आजकल 10,000 प्लस केसेस आ रहे हैं. तो ये कहना गलत नहीं होगा कि भारत के ऊपर बहुत बड़ी खतरा मंडरा रही है, स्पेशली सिंस द लॉकडाउन हैज बीन लिफ्टेड. क्या ये वाइज डिसीजन था, क्या ये सही था, ये हम एनालिसिस करेंगे लास्ट में इन द पैनल डिस्कशन. बट बिफोर दैट आई जस्ट वांट टू से दैट let's take the example of New Zealand. How did they, get rid of this coronavirus? New Zealand is one of the explicit examples of how you approach, how you have an outlook towards controlling a pandemic. What did they do? Is that they implemented strict restrictions. At the same time, they provided groceries to the own houses of people, and at the same time, they planned it very smartly. Their approach was immaculate. According to that, 18 days has been 18 days since the last case has been reported in New Zealand. So they have already been declared as a corona-free country. The role of New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern is significant. Now, one thing what India can learn from New Zealand and its management of coronavirus is that it managed business disruptions, economic slowdown, and this coronavirus lockdown very smartly. It didn't allow one to affect the other. Similarly, similar stories can be seen in Qatar and then in South Korea and also in Norway. So India can follow the suit and hopefully we will come out of this pandemic. Now, last topic, precautions. What are the precautions we can take? लोगों को क्या हम समझाएं कि लोग कैसे फॉलो करें इसको, क्या सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग नॉर्म्स है, इसके बारे में थोड़ा सा बातचीत कर लेते हैं. मेरा रिक्वेस्ट है आप सबसे कि प्लीज डोंट गो आउटडोर unless it is very, and even if you go for work by the government, wear masks very regularly. Hello.
या आपका ऑडियो थोड़ा वापस.
हेलो.
या
am I audible?
जी. Excuse me, Fujail, other than Fujail, please, all are requested to mute their mic.
Yeah, please. 1 minute and then. So don't go out if it is absolutely necessary. Even if you go, wear mask and take the necessary precautions. Even if you go, ensure that you have minimal contact with people. Ensure that you don't touch surfaces too often. You try to prevent the surfaces, those high contact surfaces. And by doing that, you will minimize your contact chances. You will not only protect yourself, but also protect your family and people around you. See, बाकी लोग मैटर नहीं करेंगे, लेकिन आप अपने फैमिली के लिए सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी है. सिमिलरली आपकी फैमिली आपके लिए सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी है. So for the sake of your family at least, Please stay indoors as much as you can. And if you go outside, please follow the social distancing norms. Wash your hands, sanitize your hands, and do everything. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will meet again in the panel discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fujail. Thank you so much for your opinion regarding the COVID-19. Now, our second speaker, who is currently working with Army Dental Corps as a dental hygienist. Currently, he is joining from Jammu and Kashmir. He is basically from Hailakandi district. He has done his dental hygienist degree from Armed Forces Medical College, Pune. His name is Mr. Ahmad Ahmad Chaudhary. Welcome, Mr. Ahmad Ahmad Chaudhary.
Thank you so much, Abdullah. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm audible to you.
First of all, very good evening to each and every participant.
Good evening.
I'm very thankful to you, Abdullah, for giving me chance here with some wise intellectuals. I'm definitely be grateful to you. I wish our discussion participations will bring some collective points which will be helpful for us.
Inshallah.
Without time, I'm coming to the points. First of all, we need to understand that the coronavirus disease is not only a problem, not only created a problem for us, but somehow it is one kind of blessing to us. Now, it is certain that you may have some questions that why it is a blessing to us. Coronavirus disease taking so much life from us.
I'm not audible to you.
No. Hello.
Other than Mr. Ahmad, it's a request to everyone, please mute their mic. Mr.
Hello,
Momin,
I'm audible to you.
Yeah, now you are. Mr. Momin Lashkar, please mute your mic.
Please, everyone. Please mute your mic, please. Let the speakers speak and we will listen to them only clearly. Only if you speak, you mute your mic.
Mr. Momin Lashkar, Mr. Rossi, or Mrs. Rosie, I guess I'm wrong with that, and Realme X2, whoever it is, please unmute your mic. Yeah, Mr. Ahmad, you can carry on.
Okay. Thank you so much. Actually, I'm coming to the points.
Yeah.
Without wasting time, actually, our earlier speaker has already elaborated about the coronavirus disease and the precautions and what the measures have been taken all across the world.
Since you are having a specialization on dental, could you please say whether dental patients are vulnerable to COVID-19? If so, what precautions they should take while visiting a dental clinic?
Yes, of course. Not only the dental patient, all the patients who are visiting the clinics, they are all vulnerable. Even you can see the people who are moving, who are migrating from one place to another place, they are having quarantine for 14 days and all are vulnerable. Yes, of course, especially as I am working with the dental department, being a dental hygienist, I can say the dental department is, yes, of course, the patients who are coming to the dental clinic, they are more than vulnerable to any others. Because some of the patients who are not having any sign and symptoms of COVID, but without knowing they're somehow spreading the disease. The people who are unknowingly coming to the clinics and joining the see the doctors, and they're maybe having same coronavirus disease. You know, in our country, there are lots of patients who are even immunity powers are very well, and that is because of why they can handle the coronavirus disease. But in their family, there are sort of parents who are old age and even the younger lot who are not having so much of immunity powers. So that is because of why their parents is also vulnerable to that. Yes, if you are having some kind of dental problems, for that now only I can suggest some things that may be helpful to you. Without visiting the dental clinic, you may have some. If you are having extreme problems, you can have a normal paracetamol, or even a Combi-Plum. If you are having any oral infections, you can take amoxicillin 500 mg with potassium chloride, that is almost 625 mg for TDS thrice in a day with gastro medications. For 3 days, you will be okay. And after the situation, when the situation will be normal, you can visit to the doctor. Other than that, you can also maintain the oral hygiene by brushing the teeth for twice in a day, and morning in the evening also. and you can take oral salines like warm water mixing some salts, and you can rinse your oral cavity. So that's all you can do as a dental patient for this time only, because you have to be very cautious about the disease. Coming to the points that I exactly forgot to say due to network due to network problems. See, our country, which has almost 130 crore population, and due to the coronavirus pandemic, maximum of our populations learned how to some basic knowledge to how to handle the pandemic. That is because of why the coronavirus disease is not only a problematic to us, but it is a mere blessing to us. And the second most important point why I am saying that coronavirus disease or the pandemic is blessing to us, because our peoples or the various governments, that is the central government, the state government, easily understand that where actually our healthcare system
Conference.
stands. So this is the most important thing. The peoples or the governments got understood that how and where our healthcare system stands for.
Yeah.
The third is the third important point why I said that the coronavirus disease or the pandemic is blessing to us, because most of the peoples in our country have grown a sense of responsibility. Sense of responsibility, why? Because there are tens of thousands of non-government organizations, including Udan Education and Research Foundations, working for the poorer sections. So that is one thing which we can see, that there are a sense of responsibility have been developed, and the poorer sections have got their answer that who actually their Masiha is. So that is because of why I say that the
Sorry
coronavirus
to interrupt, Ahmad. Bye. I request Mr. 222-0380287, please mute your mic. Excuse me. Bye. You can.
Please.
You can carry on. Bye.
I have now coming to the points that what can we do or what precautionary measure we can take after the lockdown, opening of the lockdown. I have only 3 points. I would love to request to the viewers that only 3 points you have to remember. One thing is that you should be manage your personal hygiene very neat and clean. The second thing is that avoid crowd gathering, avoid crowds, avoid mass. That is the most important thing you should need to follow. The third important thing is that help the needy one, because it is a time where you have to help the other persons, because everyone have been collapsed. The weaker section have been collapsed. The MSME have been collapsed. The economy has got down. The laborer section have been collapsed. If you are having one apple in your hand, you proudly share the half of the apples to the needy one. The third important point that I want to share, I want to say, request to the viewer that be loyal to the authority, because there are lots of people who are moving from one point to another point, that is one state to another state, one district to another state, without even informing, without being accountable to that, because we have to inform the authority that we are moving from that place, so that we can be able to be a fighter to the corona disease. So that's all from my side, gentlemen. Yes, looking forward to your next topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ahmad Chaudhary. Thank you so much. Our third speaker is Mr. Alamgir Sultan, who is joining us from Kachar district. Mr. Alamgir is currently pursuing at Aligarh Muslim University, and as well as he is an active member of Student Islamic Organization. Mr. Alamgir.
Yes, brother. Am I audible to all of you?
Yeah, brother.
Okay. So basically, I think if you can ask me some questions, what I should relate on, because there are very much specialized person who are speaking on different notes.
Yeah.
Especially if you say me on what specific field I should say on, it would be better, I feel.
No, bro, see, Pharma, to my knowledge, everyone has covered up many points. But one of the important point which is missing is like, you have recently traveled from Aligarh to Assam, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so means what is the situation of quarantine in Assam? Because I think it's a myth or what, I don't know. I'm not exact because I'm not been in any quarantine center. So what's all facility the government has provided you, or like some people say it's a ruthless quarantine, like we will not get a proper a bottle of a water or proper food. Is it true? What will you say regarding the
सी बेसिकली आई फील हिंदी से बात करेंगे तो सबको समझ में आएगा,
कोई नहीं जो
आगे
लैंग्वेज आसान है,
और
कोई जो
बाकी जो
लैंग्वेज
सुनेंगे ठीक
जो
है
लैंग्वेज प्रेफरेबल है उस लैंग्वेज को लीजिए।
ठीक है। तो अकॉर्डिंग टू द क्वेश्चन ऑफ रूललेस क्वारंटाइन के बारे में कुछ ज्यादा नहीं बोल सकते क्योंकि मैंने हर क्वारंटाइन सेंटर में नहीं गया और विदाउट फैक्ट्स वो बताना भी सही नहीं है। बट जिस तरीके से बहुत से जगह से लाइव वीडियो करते हैं लोग और बहुत सारे जगह से लोग क्लेम करते हैं कि उनको अच्छा खाना नहीं मिल रहा है, रहने का जगह नहीं मिल रहा है, तो उससे ये तो हम कह सकते हैं कि रियली कि रूथलेस क्वारंटाइन बहुत जगह हो रहा है। लेकिन मुझे लगता है स्पेशली अगर मैं इस बात पे बताऊं कि एक्चुअली कोरोना जो पेशेंट्स पॉजिटिव पाया जाता है उनके साथ आखिर में होता क्या है और व्हाट इज द वे दे आर टेकन टू हॉस्पिटल एंड हाउ दे आर बीन डिस्चार्ज फ्रॉम देयर, ये सबसे बेहतर होगा। व्हाट डू यू से?
Yes, God, very.
Am I audible?
Yeah, brother.
हाँ, तो मैं ये शेयर करता हूँ, ये कहानी की तरह है, बहुत मजेदार और बहुत भयानक भी। आई थिंक जब मैंने अलीगढ़ से आया था अपने दोस्तों और सभी लोगों के साथ आया था, तो हर किसी को एक स्वैब टेस्ट कराना पड़ता है। वो जहाँ भी एक पॉइंट बनाया जाता है वहां उनका स्वैब टेस्ट होता है। तो मेरा भी बाकी लोगों के साथ वो टेस्ट हुआ और उसके बाद हमें एक अच्छा होटल में, किसी को कोई अच्छा मदरसा में, जहाँ भी हो उनको शिफ्ट किया जाता है। तो मुझे एक होटल में शिफ्ट किया गया, लेकिन विद इन 3 days वो टेस्ट का रिजल्ट आया और अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो टेस्ट का रिजल्ट पॉजिटिव था। तो ये जो पॉजिटिव वाला सीन है ये सबसे भयानक सीन था। तो आपको पॉजिटिव अगर आप है तो आपको कैसे पता चलेगा? मैं एक हिंट बताता हूँ। जैसे मुझे बताया था, करीबन 5 to 10 कॉल्स आएगा आपको, ठीक है, और कॉल्स ऐसा रहेगा कि भैया आपका नाम क्या है, कि आप नाम बताएंगे, ठीक है, आप कहाँ से आ रहे हैं, मैं यहाँ से आ रहा हूँ, आपका साथ कौन कौन थे, ठीक है, आपका साथ जो बैठे हुए थे क्या आपका साथ उनका कांटेक्ट हुआ था, अच्छा आपका गाड़ी का नंबर बता सकते। तो इस तरीका का एक मतलब स्ट्रेटेजिक क्वेश्चंस पूछेंगे जिससे आपको अंदाजा लगा देना है कि भाई मैं अब नॉर्मल नहीं हूँ, मेरा टेस्ट के साथ कुछ गड़बड़ी हुई है। तो उसके बाद आधा घंटा बाद ही मेडिकल टीम आ जाते हैं और मेडिकल टीम आ जाने से पहले पूरा पुलिस फोर्स वगैरह सब आपका जो आसपास की जगह होगा उसको वो जनरल पब्लिक को यहाँ से हटाते हैं। इसके बाद क्या होता है, जनरली एम्बुलेंस आता है, आपको एम्बुलेंस से लेके हॉस्पिटल ले जाता है, जो आम प्रोसेस होता है, ठीक है। पर्टिकुलरली कोरोना पेशेंट्स को बहुत ही हिफाजत से आई कैन से, लाइक जैसे कि कोई टेररिस्ट को लेते हैं, आई कैन से लाइक दिस, बट ऐसे ही लिया जाता है। खैर, इसके बाद हॉस्पिटल में मुझे जो लगता है वहां उनका कोई ट्रीटमेंट नहीं होता है, लेकिन बस उनको आइसोलेट करके रखते हैं फ्रॉम अदर पीपल। यही सबसे बड़ा शायद हॉस्पिटल कोरोना पेशेंट्स के लिए हॉस्पिटल में रखने का यही शायद मेन एम होगा कि उनको आइसोलेट करके रखा जाए। क्योंकि हमें जब वहां रखा गया था तो वहां ना हमें कोई अच्छा मेडिसिन दे रहा है और देना भी जरूरी नहीं, जस्ट गैस का कुछ टैबलेट्स और एंटीबायोटिक्स, और जिसका कोई कॉफ वगैरह है तो उसको कॉफ सिरप। तो इसका मतलब बस हमें आइसोलेट करके ही रखा गया था। तो इसके बाद आइसोलेट करने के रखने के बाद आपको 2-3 टेस्ट करेंगे वो लोग, ठीक है, कंसेक्यूटिव 2 दिन बाद हो या 1 दिन बाद हो, जहां जो प्रोसीजर है। और वो टेस्ट में अगर आप नेगेटिव 2 बार कंसेक्यूटिव आ जाते हैं, आपको वो रिलीज कर देंगे होम क्वारंटाइन में। दैट मींस यू आर कंप्लीटली कोरोना फ्री एंड यू आर नेगेटिव नाउ एंड यू कैन गो टू योर होम फ्रीली, जो मेरे साथ हुआ। और वहां के एक्सपीरियंस कुछ खास नहीं, जैसे कि इतना भी रूथलेस नहीं कि वहां जी नहीं सकते, डॉक्टर्स वगैरह खाना फेंक के दे रहा है, नॉट लाइक दिस। वो लोग बहुत फैमिलियर थे, बातचीत करते थे, एंड मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली दे यूज्ड टू मोटिवेट टू, ठीक है। तो मुझे लगता है और एक जो इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट है, मुझे सबसे ज्यादा चैलेंजिंग, हाँ
actually
yes,
there
yes.
there is a call from someone, Sushi Amelia. She is saying to speak in
Okay.
English as there is one international student who has joined here.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it will be quite easy for that guy or that girl, I don't know who is exactly. So
Okay. I am doing so. Thank you. Okay, thank you for remembering. So
Welcome.
I think what is the most challenging thing a corona patient usually face, or what is the most challenging things a quarantine man usually face, is the emotional challenge. Okay, he fails to maintain himself as a warrior. He failed to maintain himself as a man that time. He was totally loose and taken away by other emotions, like he will be, treated in ventilators, he will be treated in ICUs. Okay, he can't meet with his parents, and his life is totally worse. This type of dreams, this type of myth has been created in social medias, and in reality there is nothing like all. And I will share my personal 3 way how I stood motivational, how I was inspired that time. Many of my senior suggested me, like, you do one thing, don't upload your that you were a corona patient right now in any of your WhatsApp status, FB status. Okay,
I guess there is a network issue with Mr. Alamgir Sultan, so he has left with us. Yeah, bro.
okay.
I guess network issue is
Again.
there with you, right?
Yeah, there is a bit network issue. However, so
Yeah.
let me complete in a very few minutes.
Okay.
Then what happened, if you want to remain emotionally strong, then one thing you need to do is that, I think, don't expose that you are a patient. Otherwise, lots of calls from different sections of society, from different corners of the world, I can say, or everyone who knows you somewhat, he will call you, and probably he will share negative thoughts with you, like, I have never seen a corona patient, and I heard like corona patients are dying. So all these things are going to demoralize. So better don't upload any of your health status, FB or WhatsApp, anywhere else. Okay, just fight within yourself. The second most important thing that everyone, I think, need to remember is that whatever is written in your fortune, it will happen. So you needn't need to worry and waste your energy in something which you don't have control over. So better pray to your Lord and eat healthy and hygiene food, and make your body strong, keep your immune strong, and let's fight. Let's have a war with corona. That is the most important thing that everyone need to do. And third thing, I feel everyone in our life have some important friends, some important people, and some important teachers too. So if we can get some times, and if we can just talk with them, sir, please keep me a bit motivated, sir, please talk with me about this issue, then these are very fine people. There are some few people in everyone's life, and they will keep you motivated. Like when I was sick, there were some of my friends, teachers, and senior guys also. They kept me motivated. So these are the few things we can do to overcome the challenges of corona. And whatever I have found in these 4 or 5 days in the quarantine or in the SMCH hospital, I found that experiencing corona is one of the funniest thing in my life. Okay, really, I have never ever came to such a, very soft thing, I can say. Like, I was just sleeping, using mobile, nothing is going inside my body. I was completely asymptomatic. And I think the corona is challenging to those people who has previous health problems, okay, who has prevailing health issue. They have a problem. And now what to worry? We are getting reports like a patient who is 95 years old, she get recovered. So there is nothing to worry. Better we just stay in our home, and if we go out also, we should go with preventive measures, and hope this corona should not touch others like it touched me. And I have experienced it well. And if you also experience in your life, use these a few methods, and you will be very fine soon. So I'm concluding my a few things which I want to share with you. Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone.
Sorry
Thank
to
you.
interrupt. I want one question. Like when you were diagnosed with corona
Yes.
positive, and you have seen like the
Yes.
condition, death happening all over the world. Did you ever doubt yourself? Did you ever feel
Yes.
like, oh, am I going to survive? How is my family going to react? How are my friends going to react? How is this world seeing at me now? And what was that mind process? How did you visualize things? How did you process that tough phase and come out on top? Please share your message in short.
Yeah, this is very important thing which I really feel, but I never make it really feel to my parents, to my friends. Whenever they used to call me, I said I'm completely well, and I used to use ludicrous comment, I used to make funny comments so that they should remain cool. But after all, this is a very big pandemic and there will be a fear of life, like I will die, I will survive ahead. But after all, one thing in Islam also we believe whatever is written in our fortune, it will happen. So this line especially keep me motivated. Like if I have to die, then I will die within few days. And if I need to survive, if there is a written in my fortune, then I will survive if Corona, the further Corona also comes. So I think this can make your statement good.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I guess Mr. Fujail's clarification is cleared now. Yeah, anything else,
Yes.
Mr. Fujail, you want to say to Alamgir Sultan?
No, I'm fine. I want to thank him. His words were really motivational and inspirational for all of us in this fight against Corona. That's all.
Yeah,
Thank
exactly.
you.
Thank you so much, brother. And may Allah keep you well. And inshallah, bring you back to Aligarh again.
And one more thing, I am completely well and doing push-up and all every day in home quarantine right now, and will come out with. Okay,
Alhamdulillah.
continue,
No, brother, you know one thing. When I got a call, there was a brother beside me, and like I got a call, and I got the information that Alamgir had got the positive. I was like, कि, अरे यार मजाक क्यों कर रहा है? Clearly बता दे ना क्यों मजाक कर रहा है? सुबह कोई मिला नहीं मजाक करने के लिए. So then he was like, no, dude, I'm damn serious with it. Means he has. I was like, कि my next. is like कि भाई अगर उसको वायरस है भी नहीं बट स्टिल लोग उसको बोल के मार देंगे. Then he was like कि क्या कर सकते हैं. Then but अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह.
लेकिन एक चीज दो आई हैव कंक्लूडेड, एक चीज मैं शेयर जरूर करना चाहता हूँ. वो टाइम था जो पहले मैंने सुना था कि मैं पॉजिटिव हूँ, जब मैंने बेड में सोया था तो बेड ऐसा कांप रहा था जैसे अर्थक्वेक कांपता था. माय होल बॉडी वाज जस्ट ट्रेम्बलिंग. ओके, सो ये भी एक रियलिटी है. Though we are very much motivated, but ये भी एक reality है. However,
thank you so much, brother. Okay, moving to the next. Moving to the next. We have a student of Silchar Medical College whose name is J.H. Siddiqui, and who has completed his graduation from Islamic Studies from Darul Uloom Deoband, and he also passed the MM exam too. Mr. J.H. Siddiqui, are you audible? Am I audible to you?
brother, I think J.H. Siddiqui is not here, or he was in medical, I guess.
No, actually he has joined, but I guess he has left again. Anyways, so moving to our last speaker, last but not the least, he's also an MU student, and who have joined us from the district Gwalpara. His name is Mr. Habibul Rahman. Mr. Habibul Rahman?
Yes.
Mr. Habibul Rahman.
Am I audible?
Yeah, Mr. Habibul Rahman.
Yes. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
This is your opportunity to speak.
Yeah. I am Muhammad Habibur Rahman, MBBS student of JNMC AMU. I am going to present a short speech on post-lockdown fight against coronavirus 2019. So the topic is given to me is, should lockdown be lifted in India? So I will highlight this topic after taking some basics. Okay. So we should know about what is coronavirus. Coronavirus COVID-19 2019 is a disease that has evolved as a sudden outbreak in the Wuhan city of China and rises unexpectedly and spread to all over the countries and continents in the world. India, being the sixth most closely affected country in the world, has completed its fourth phase of lockdown. And on its first day of lockdown, it has reported around 653 cases, which rises to around 2.4 lakh cases and 2.6 lakh cases today, with 1.3 lakh active cases and 7,500 around deaths. So we are getting the result that lockdown has failed. and this lockdown has over about more than 2 months.
Pardon
So
me,
the
Mr.
question arises
Rahman.
behind, yeah.
Your camera is moving. That's the reason you are not
Okay,
audible.
I'm fixing it.
Yeah, carry on.
Okay. So India, being the sixth most closely affected country in the world, is continuously failing its policies to control the spread of coronavirus cases in different regions of our country. So the question arises behind us and before us are, is lockdown is the only solution to control it, or some other way we can control it? Or and can we deal with both economic crisis and the COVID-19 corona crisis, health crisis at the same time? And how other countries are dealing with this crisis, and how they are getting results, how they are overcoming this fight. So I'm going to highlight these questions. Okay. Now I'm taking two examples of two countries who have done extraordinary well in this, and they are getting the results. First, I will talk about New Zealand, who is my brother Huzail Ahmed has already talked. I will not talk that much. Okay, but now I'm taking about New Zealand, who have overcome this COVID-19 fight within 7 weeks. Within 7 weeks, strict lockdown. They have implemented strict lockdown, and they are allowing only the essentials. In New Zealand, they have reported first case on February 28 before us, and the last case reported on May 22. And they are since then they have no cases. Around 18 days over, around 20 days over. They have no cases, and the interesting part is their last case has already recovered yesterday. So how they did? This is not a miracle. They have done, and we can do this. So how they have implemented this lockdown? I have told everything. The second thing is they have their populations, their citizens are very cooperative. They have cooperated everywhere that their healthcare workers have suggested them. And the third thing is their healthcare facility is far better than us. They have used this, and they have tested as much as possible in every chain that they can do to finish this, to fight and to win this. And the second example I am taking about Turkey. Turkey has reduces and it has controlled the spread of this COVID-19 cases without lockdown. They have not implemented lockdown, but they have applied some strict precautions, strict restrictions, so that they can control, but they have not hampered the daily routine, daily lifestyle of people, the basic needs of the people. And they have made some alternatives, like we have to pray in mosque, and they have made some alternatives in the mosque to pray salah. They have made some social distancing norms there also. They have made some basic rules that in the car they can travel only 2%, 3%. Now they are allowing 3%, and in this way they have overcome this, and now they have only 25,000 cases, active cases, and recovery is of 1.4 lakhs. And so we know that they have they have better healthcare facility than us, and India has a poor facility than other developed countries. But the interesting part is we have only 3.06% mortality rate, but the worldwide, that is global mortality rate, is 6.67%. So our healthcare workers and the immunity of our population, our Indian citizens, are not so bad. They have much more immunity than the other.
Mr. Habibur Rahman, I guess Mr. Habibur Rahman,
Yeah.
Am I audible, Mr. Habibur Rahman? Seems to be some network issues with Mr. Habibur Rahman.
Am I audible?
Yeah, now you're audible, Mr.
Okay, okay. So from these two countries that I have taken as examples, we can say that lockdown is not only solution, but with proper governance, proper healthcare facility, and proper planned restrictions and cooperation of their citizens, their population, can control this spread. Okay, India is the basic need, the main point before India is to control this spread, not to treat, because we are treating very well, because we have very less mortality rate in compared to the global mortality rate. So we should control the spread of this. Okay, so to control this spread, first we know how they are transmitting this disease, how we are getting infected by this infected person, by a disease person of coronavirus, by a disease patient. So to know this, we have to know about how the transmission occurs. The simple way, very two simple way the transmission is occurring. First is through droplet infection, that is droplet containing the viruses that release from the respiratory system of the infected person through their cough, sneeze, or through by physical contact, by the physical contact. So one thing is that the spread is not possible if we are 6 feet or 2 meters away from the infected person. And the second way is that from the surface that contains the mucus of the infected person, mucus containing the virus of the infected person, that the healthy person touches and again touches his nose, mouth, or face, or in the eyes. Okay, then they get infected. So in these two basic ways, they are transmitting the disease and they are getting infected. So we should know about this and we should control this by taking this in care. Okay, the first thing is always stay 6 feet or 2 meters away from the infected person or any person, because we should suspect that the front person is a carrier or maybe a disease person. So we should suspect this, and we should make a distance of 6 feet. Okay, the second thing is that while going out of the home, our home, and before entering the home, while going out of the home, we should wear mask as well as gloves, because we have to touch many things in outside. So we should wear the gloves. And before entering the home, in the outside, we should discard this mask and gloves, and we should use again while going out. And after entering, we should sanitize our hand properly. And anytime if we have to touch our face or our nose or our eyes or anywhere, we should sanitize our hand. This is the basic two rules that from this we can control this spread, because we are very good in caring about the patient, because they are recovering, as our Alamgir Sultan Bhai has already recovered, and he has shared his experience that the treatment is not so good, not so difficult, or not so drastic or deadly, because we have very less mortality rate. So I am going to conclude this with saying that you should follow these two basic rules to control the spread. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Habibur Rahman. Thank you so much for your valuable conclusions and conclude. Now moving to the last, moving to the last panel discussion, I would like our speakers that I'll give some questions. Please discuss on the topic. First, one of my brother who is residing in Canada now, he was saying that, bro, in India, people are bound to go outside as the government is not giving any proper facilities to them. That's the reason people are violating the rule of lockdown. And what all you guys think that reason is true? Is the proper reason why the people are avoiding the lockdown? Yeah, we will begin with Mr. Fujail Ahmed.
Okay, okay. Thank you, brother. So my view on this is that, yeah, see, in India, lockdown has been implemented very early on from 23rd March, but the main problematic thing has been that the Indians haven't been, too much cooperative, or you say anything, because I don't want to blame my native Indians. But the thing is that the compliance hasn't been as much as expected. The second thing is that the strict regulations regarding the coronavirus lockdown was there in the first lockdown, in the second probably. Since the third one, there has been a lot of relaxation, and people have been taking the misadvantage of making many excuses for going out, for roaming here and there. Yesterday, after on the unlockdown day one, I saw pictures and videos which surfaced the internet regarding people not following social distancing norms, and just flocking around in those high population cities like Kolkata, Mumbai, Chennai, and various other beaches as well, Marina Beach, Juhu Beach, and others. So it is very unfortunate that people are not abiding by the rules and regulations as expected. But my point regarding the lockdown unliftment, rather lifting the lockdown, is that since India is probably, I would say, getting like increasing, the increase in cases has been like exponential since the last so many days, and unlifting the lockdown now, it's been like a disaster. I feel it would have been wiser to just sort of increase the lockdown at least somewhat. It would have been reduced, because we have seen this particular epidemiologist Jayaprakash Muligil. He said that if lockdown is unlifted right now, then we will reach the highest number of cases in around mid-July, and you can just think of, just anticipate the consequences. Just the fact that he said that around 2 million people will lose their lives. Just thinking about that is just horrifying. It's very terrifying, man. I can share you my own experience. I have gone through many videos wherein people have been giving description that lifting the lockdown would be a disaster, and we are seeing the early signs. It is very much terrifying. I hope for the best. I hope that people not giving too much heed to what the government is unlocking or locking it. Please maintain social distancing norms. Please follow the guidelines and protocols. Please, please, please don't go outside unless it is very much essential. And even if you are bound to go out, please ensure that you don't come in contact with many people. Ensure minimal contact. Please don't touch too much of surfaces. After returning, wash your hands, sanitize your hands, and then wash your clothes. Do anything, clean up the laundry regularly, and also the fact that once you reach your home, before coming in contact with your family members, please sanitize yourself. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Ahmed Chaudhary, what will you say regarding this?
Thank you once again for having me chance.
Yeah, welcome.
Again, actually, lockdown was implemented in our country very early, and yes, of course, I have been personally supported, and there are lots of people who have been supported. Yes, of course, there were some issues with migrant laborers and poorer sections, and our law and order authority have dealt with them very rigidly somehow. But I can say that this is the time to remove the lockdown. Why? Because I have some points here. I think that when you will have some food in your hand to eat, then you can be able to survive. When you have nothing, so you maybe fall on trap of poverty instead of coronavirus, because you may have some immunity power to survive with coronavirus, but you are not having so much of money in your hand to have food. So that is the difficult things. That is because of why that I suggest that the lockdown should be lifted as soon as possible, and as accordingly the government has somehow lifting the lockdown. The second thing is that there was a lot of time was given to the governments by the people. The people were, you cannot expect that each and every people should be very law and order maintainable, and there should be very much agreeable to the governments. But yes, it was unexpected that the lots of people, even 10% of the people who have been agree with the governments and given almost 2.5 months to the governments. But due to the poor implementations of the lockdowns, that is because of you have already seen the migrant labor issues and the people who have been died on the road due to the unavailability of the food. So almost 2.5 months have been given, but the proper planning was not been implemented. So why should we give much more time to the governments to have more time for the lockdown? So that is because of why I suggest that lockdown should be lifted and the normal life should be. Yes, of course, some things we need to be remember. We need to be in mind. We need to be in our mind that we should be very much cautious about the coronavirus disease. We have to be very much disciplined, sense of responsibility should be there. Like that when we are going to outsides, we will be have to avoid the mass gathering. We have to avoid the shaking of hands. We must be wash our hand after returning to the home. That's all things we need to follow. And certain guidelines have been implemented by the government also, so that we should need to follow all that things. But my point is clear, loud and clear, that the lockdown should be lifted and the normalcy should be bring. Yes, we should learn how to survive with the COVID-19. That's all. Thank you so much for giving me the space.
Yes. Get it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ahmad Chaudhary. Now I would like to call Mr. Alamgir Sultan to share his. Mr. Wajidul Hassan.
Brother, I think they have already sorted out the thing. Okay, they have already came out with the thing. So I am skipping this question. They have already told many things which need to tell.
So I'll say you another thing, like recently Ministry of Education, they have stated that schools will be reopened by 15th of August or by the starting month of August. Regarding this, what will be your value? Because what I think is like students in juniors, like primary sections, whose age will be hardly in the range of 10 to 15 or 8 to 9, means how they will treat with their friends, that is their communication will be there, or what all things you would like to say regarding this statement which was given by education
I will say, like, see, everything is deciding by a special team, by a special faculties, you can say, or by special bureaucrats. After proper assessing the situation, they are doing or taking any step which is needed to be taken. So according to the things of opening of school, they have said like they will try to open, not at all fixed. Like after assessing the situation, they will open it after August. So if the curve is flattening or starting to flatten, then it will be a good decision indeed. But if like they will open the universities and students from all across the India are gathering there, and they are getting the risks of coming infected with the virus, then it would really a bad issue, I can say. And apart from opening a general school, I feel the main semester, the final semester, or the important exams can be taken in the gap without resuming the school and taking the health of the students into risk. That's I can say. But whatever we should do after proper assessing the situation and taking guaranteed, like our life or our students' life will not be threatened.
Thank you very
Okay, so Alamgir,
yeah, Mr.
please,
Fujain.
could I
Yeah, you can say, Mr. Fujain.
Yes.
So I have a question. Thing is that considering the population size of India, it is just massive. The second thing is that the increase rate is still not flattening. The curve is still on an upward hill. Considering all these things, and now the lockdown being lifted, do you feel is it practical that lifting the lockdown was a wise decision?
No, I can't say lifting the decision is a wise decision, but they are not lifting it completely. They're lifting with due protocols. Like if you are going there, you should maintain social distancing. Okay, if someone is working, he should use masks. So after all, we have to live with corona, and many people are facing livelihood problem right now. So this is also an issue. I'm not a complete expert on it, so that I can say my complete theoretical or practical conclusion like that should be done. But I am also the part of the decision, like something should be extended, lockdown should be lifted, but with due protocols.
Thank you very much. Mr. Fujail, I hope your clarification got cleared.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
I am not. I won't say that I am completely satisfied, but yeah, to some extent I have got that point. But the thing is that considering that people are not following this social distancing norms, I am just circumspect. I'm circumspect. I am very terrified of the
Mr. Fujail?
Yeah, this is an issue, and we can do something for that. And according to you were saying, like people are not much aware of it. Mass awareness is needed. Every section of society who are literate, especially, they should come from their homes and they should make some campaigns. They should make people understand like Corona is not a we should in all protocols that is advised by the ministry, and that can work. I feel. So this is completely a new thing, and every people can't understand. So we need to cope up and gradually we can understand it. Gradually.
Okay.
From our audience, is anyone there to ask question to our speakers? Mr. Wajidul Hassan? Is there
Yes.
anyone? Mr.
Yes,
Wajidul,
yes,
would you like to ask anything to any of our speaker?
yes. Yes, thank you. Your name, brother?
My name is Abdullah.
Abdullah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, bro. If you have any question to our respective speakers,
Okay,
then
my name
please.
is, yes. Yes. My name is Wajidul Hassan, research scholar Arabic from Aligarh Muslim University.
Inshallah.
Can I share in Hindi language?
No problem. You can. But
Okay.
Before sharing, I would like to apologize to Miss Shusi Emilia, as she's an international student and she's not familiar with the language Hindi. So I'm sorry. Okay, now you can carry on.
Okay.
जी आप बोल सकते हो वजीदुल हसन.
अच्छा, आवाज आ रही है?
जी आप बोलिए.
जी. मैं तो सबसे पहले कोरोना कोविड-19 के बारे में ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि जिस तरह हमारे सरकार जिस प्रोसेस से हम लोगों को चला रहे हैं, इससे हम बिल्कुल इत्तेफाक नहीं रखते हैं. इसलिए कि आप लोग जानते हैं कि हमारे हिंदुस्तान के हालात अभी किस तरह जा रहे हैं. दिन ब दिन बिल्कुल खराब होते जा रहे हैं. इसलिए मैं जूम के माध्यम से मैं अपील करना चाहता हूँ कि हमारे इस सिस्टम को थोड़ा दूसरे देश की तरह चलाना चाहिए. जिस तरह आप लोगों ने पहले फुजैल भाई और हबीब भाई ने बताया कि न्यूजीलैंड वगैरह के बारे में कि वो लोग किस तरह देश को चलाया है. उस तरह अगर हमारे देश को भी चलाए तो हो सकता है कि हमारे देश कोविड-19 से फ्री हो जाएगा. तो और आजकल जिस तरह बढ़ रहे हैं, और मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि यहाँ पे जितने भी हम अपने आप को बचाना चाहते हैं, लेकिन उससे फायदा उस वक्त होगा जब हमारे सरकार कुछ थोड़ा स्ट्रिक्ट करेंगे. जिस तरह देखिए अभी दूसरे देश में सरकार की तरफ से स्ट्रिक्ट कर रहे थे और वो लोग कोविड-19 से फ्री हो गए हैं. तो हम लोग जितना भी अपने आप को सेल्फ डिफेंस के लिए हम जितने भी कोशिश करें, उससे उतना फायदा नहीं होगा. मैं यही कहना चाहता हूं आज के इस मीटिंग से कि हम सेल्फ डिफेंस जितने भी करें उससे उतना फायदा नहीं होगा जितना हमारे सरकार अगर कुछ स्ट्रिक्ट करे, तभी हमारे देश कोरोना वायरस से मुक्त हो जाएगा. बहुत शुक्रिया आपको हमको बोलने के मौका देने के लिए.
Thank you so much. Is there anyone else who would like to ask any questions to our speaker? before winding up the things, I would like to ask one small question to Ms. Sushi Amelia, as she said that she is an international student. So, if you say us from which country you are belonging and what the government in your country has taken the measures regarding the COVID-19, then it will be glad for us to know something.
Hello,
Yeah, hello.
am I audible to anyone?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My
Walaikum
name is
salam.
my name is Suci Amelia. I'm from Indonesia. I'm studying in Aligarh Muslim University. So in my country, my government they also put some strategies like lockdown, like lock our city. But in my opinion, the lockdown is not that good. I mean, it is not going good in my country because some stubborn people they still go outside, they still getting together. They, I mean, they disobey our government. Maybe like India does because I also up to date about COVID-19 news in India. So I think government needs a new strategy how to prevent this virus and how to keep uh, the citizen being away from this virus and not to feel afraid to fight this virus together. So maybe I want to ask question about this to the speaker
Yeah, yeah, you can.
to yeah, to Mr. What is his name? Alamgir
Alamgir
Sultan.
Sultan,
How
yeah.
to spell? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. As you said, Mister, that you're positive to COVID-19. I mean, like my question is, for the first time that you infected by the virus, how did you feel? I mean, how did your body react to the virus, and how bad the situation that you have been facing till now you're recovery again and feeling better than before. So please share to me because maybe I can raise my self-awareness about this virus. Thank you.
Okay, okay. As you're speaking in a silly note, still I'm learning humor. I feel Corona is my friend right now. I think there is a glow in my, especially muscles, after I got Corona positive. So I think it's a healthy thing for me right now because I didn't feel even little damage to my body. Okay, even a little. But after all, it's a serious thing. Uh, and I, in the middle, I took Chavanprash, you can say, foods, then kaju, and some important vitamin C ingredients so that my immune can get stronger. And besides, I used to do meditation, then as usual perform salah, which remained me cool. And which is the main power, I think, to fight corona because there is no vaccine right now, and you should develop a vaccine from your side, from your inner side, and that is the only thing that is willpower. Okay, that is the only thing that how much strong you stay from your inside, and that helped me. And really, I don't know whether it has made any damages inside my body, but I am very much glad that I have gained lots of experience from it. And if anyone unfortunately gets caught by it, he will too gain such experiences if he take it like his friend. So I think if you get infected, take corona as your friend, give him entrance to your body, and just play with him like you are very good, and within 4 or 5 days you please go. Within that I will feed you good ingredients thing. That is the thing which I did. Thank you.
Thank you
Manzoor
so
bhai, Manzoor,
Thank you so much,
sorry to interrupt.
Mr. Alamgir Sultan. And I guess, Ms. Srishi Amelia, your question is cleared now.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but sister, I have a question that upper kabar, yeah,
What?
upper kabar. Basically, I know some few Indonesian language. I'm not familiar with that. Is that the answer is upper bike? Am I right?
No, you mean you're asking my condition?
No, no, no. I'm talking about the Indonesian language.
Oh,
That upper cover, upper bike. That how are you? I am fine. Something like that, right?
yeah.
Yeah, and even I know some countings like satu, dua, tiga, empat, enam.
All right.
Yeah.
I
Thank
mean,
you, sister.
one question, please, Mister.
Yeah,
Yeah, one last question.
yeah, sister.
Okay, to every speakers in this webinar. So one last question is, in my country there is one issue about dead body of a patient of coronavirus. It is
Yeah.
really can infected. I mean, they can. I mean, they're already dead, but there is a rumor that this dead body can infect other people who is still alive. Is it true or not? I mean, how it works? Do you got my question?
Mr.
Yes, yes.
Fujai. Yeah, Mr. Alamgir, if you want to answer, you can.
No, actually, I am not specialist. MBBS student can do, but whatever I heard or know after reading such articles, I found yes, the virus can live on the bodies of dead body because the body was infected some days ago or some moments ago before he was alive. So the virus is on his body. So if we touch him, really we can get infected. But within 7-8 days, the virus will dead, and then he will be buried. He is just dead. We should not bare hand. Let us use gloves and all. That is the simple thing.
Mr. Alamgir,
Hello.
I guess there's a network issue with Mr. Alamgir. Yeah, Mr. Fujail, you can continue.
So I couldn't get the question completely. I was out of network, I guess. But I would request the seniors like Manjur Bhai and Shahidul Bhai and others, please say something on this particular
Yeah, you
event or
can say.
program. And if you have any questions.
Yeah. Once again, I would like to thank Mr. Shahidul Bhai, who has organized this program and who have guided us to organize this. Because of him, we could arrange this webinar. If he couldn't there, then it will be quite difficult for us to organize it. Thank you so much, brother. Mr. Shahidul Bhai, are you listening?
I think he is not available.
Hello?
Hello.
Manjur Bhai,
Yeah, Manjur Bhai, you
Hello.
can also respond. Yeah, Shahidul Bhai, yeah.
Yeah. Hello. Am I audible to you?
Yeah, Shahidul Bhai.
Okay. So first of all, I would like to thank all the panelists for sharing your experience, and a special thanks to Alamgir, who has really, really won a battle against coronavirus, and he has motivated us by his strong will. And I would also like to thank all the participants for bearing us and for listening. And we have a participant from even we got an international participant also. And our panelists are well experts in their field. And we are really thankful that you people have turned out. And so far, I don't have any question because you people have covered everything. So, and thank you again.
Okay, thank you, Bhai. And Manjur Bhai, is there anything? Manjur Bhai? So we are left with Masoom Bhai, I guess. Masoom Bhai, if you want to say anything. Yeah, Manjur Bhai is back. Manjur Bhai, you can.
Manjur bhai,
Yes,
yes.
Salam alaikum to all.
Walaikum salam, Bhai.
Salam.
It's highly informative. I'm listening all the discussion.
Thank you so much, Bhai. Thank you so much for your appearance. Thank you so much for giving your valuable time to this webinar.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
And Masoom Bhai, if you want to say anything.
Am I audible?
Yeah, Masoom Bhai, you are audible.
Good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
It's very fruitful. Actually, you people have, struggled a lot to let us get connected in a, I mean, very, what to say, very acute medium. I can see many of our seniors are also there, especially you, our little brothers, younger brothers. I mean, you people are, I mean, you are the one who are showing us the way, right? Of course, we all are breeded in very intellectual dimensions at various levels, various universities. But after I joined this webinar, especially, what is the theme of this webinar? Actually, I didn't see. Abdullah,
Yeah,
am I audible?
yeah, Masumba, you are audible.
Yes.
Can you, I mean, please repeat the theme of this webinar?
Yeah.
So the theme of this program is that the fight against coronavirus post lockdown, and followed by a panel discussion on whether lifting the lockdown now was a wise decision or not.
Yes, enough with that. I've got it. Actually, we remain so much, intact with various other things that we forget to look at such things. Actually, I was asking this question just to realize that how careful you people are doing. Particularly, actually, people are doing so many things. I'm referring to anyone as Corona warriors, etc. Actually, you people are the Corona warriors, right? The intellectual warriors, the philosophical generation that is coming to the next. That's why I just want to extend my gratitude and my heartfelt congratulations to Brother Shahidul, Minhaj Bhai, Manzoor Bhai, and all other seniors, Wajid Bhai, especially you, Muhammad Abdullah, the host of this program.
Thank you,
and Mr. Alamgir, our younger brother, and Mr. Fuzail, the glorious medical student, and Ahmad Bhai, Ahmad Bhai, and Suji, or I just forgot her name. Short-term memory loss, So I would just like to, if people are here, who can, to whom Urdu is intelligible, I would like to conclude my speech, my short speech with one couplet from Mr. Allama Iqbal Sahab. So just to motivate you people towards fighting the coronavirus. दस्त तो दस्त है दरिया भी न छोड़ा हमने बहरे जुल्मत में दौड़ा दिया बुला. So actually Wajid Bhai can connect to me easily, and Shahidul Bhai also, of course Manzoor Bhai also, another senior. So we should keep our formation of our thoughts, our conditions, because the world is progressing towards a very unseen future. The diplomatic condition of the whole world is very shaky at present. People are careless about whether they are dying or they are living. They are just leading a life like savages. We can see it. But amidst such problems, we have organized, especially Shahidul Bhai and Minaj, they have struggled a lot to let us connect in a single medium. That's why very thankful to you, and especially thankful to Allah, alhamdulillah. And thank you, Abdullah, for asking me to speak
Thank you so much, Bhai.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Walaikum salam. Anyone else would like to highlight his or her important point?
I'm also thanks two persons. They participate from Golpara, one from Royal Global University and one from Sai Vikas Academy. I'm also thanks to two persons. Thank you so much for participating.
Welcome. Is there even anyone else? So yeah, we can conclude our webinar. So at last, I would like to say to everyone that please take care, take some precautions. Though lockdown is going to open, but still we have to take some precautions. Wear mask, wear necessary mask, then sanitize your hand properly from time to time. Avoid unnecessary touching while you are going outside. Take some precautions. If we take some precautions, then we can win against this battle. Means never lose the hope. Always remember the two things. Remember the 2014 World Cup and the 2010 World Cup. 2014 World Cup, out of nowhere, 114th minute, only 6 minutes left. Mario Götze had scored the goal. Though he was not though he was not, he was a substitute player, he was not a regular player, but the Germany team didn't lose the hope. And the same case as well as was the Spain in 2010, where the team lost their hope against Netherlands. But out of nowhere, Andres Iniesta, who has scored at 98th minute and secured the Spain the World Cup. So don't lose the hope against the COVID-19. Inshallah, if we get united, we can win this battle over it. So I would like to thank our speaker once again, and each and every participant. Thank you so much to give your time in this webinar. Subhanaka rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.